Hi ho, how are you guys doing today? Oh, wow, we got a lot going on all over the world, and just wanted to jump in and share a little bit. We got a couple of planets doing a couple of things, and I also want to break down a new program that I'm working on right now that's going to help you navigate if you have the desire. If you have a true desire to make some big changes, this is the year. It is happening. Hold on, just pulling up some today's astrology. No, I did not need that. Sometimes things don't move as quickly as you're like, huh? Let's see. Anywho, okay. So, a couple of quick updates. I'm no longer on k4hd.com. We're starting anew here. So I hope you guys continue to join me. See, I'm a spiritual life coach. I've helped hundreds of people attain their personal goals through my techniques, my skills, and my program. Now, what is a program? A program is your self soothing project that you take on every day for your mental well being. Mental illness is real. Okay. It is not a joke. It is not a game. It has been proven over and over and over again that if you can control your mind, you can control your body. Not all of us were reared with spiritually guided people, with healthy people, with people that were actually sane. Some of us came through some horrific childhoods, and yet we're still expected in society to pretend like we're okay. All right. I'm here to tell you sometimes you're not okay. And that's why it's important to know that you're not crazy. Hi, how you doing? Hirish? How you doing? Now, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I just wanted to talk about mental illness astrology program that I've been working on. I'm in Los Angeles, California, and it's actually raining over here today, which we needed because we had some horrific fires, as the whole world has known, and now we're in recovery. And recovery takes quite a bit, and it takes a village, as they say, to build, and that's what we're in the process of doing. So thank you so much for joining me today. Now, I have been a spiritual coach for over 20 years. I didn't come into this accidentally. Okay. I have always been clairvoyant, empathic, clairaudio. I have always seen things, seen auras, felt up with people, felt people's energy and that sort of thing. And it took me till I was in my early 20s to understand what astrology and spirituality and affirmations and aromatherapy, how all that works, you guys. And it's available to us. See, that's the beautiful part. Hey, now, it's available to you, but you got to know how to use it, right? It's like cooking, right? You can take a pot and a pan and some ingredients and throw them in some water, but if you don't know how to do it properly and in the right order, you have a mess on your hands, right? Instead of a souffle. Well, I'm like that chef, that king, queen chef that's going to show you how to use those energies to make the soup that you want, to create the life that you want. But it all starts within here. It all starts within here. So, I want to take a deep breath and relax. Another deep breath and relax. Life is in progress. Hi. Hi, Get. We don't always have control over everything that's happening, but we do have control over choice. We have this thing called free will. Free will. And spirit has given it to every individual on this planet. Now, what free will consists of is You're having to make choices. And sometimes those choices are easy. Do I want hamburger? Do I want a taco? Do I want to go this way or do I want to go that way? But when our emotions get involved in it, right? And we start feeling some kind of way, this is what makes us human, but it also makes us vulnerable. Because if you've had an experience, if something's traumatized you in the past, when you get to that certain situation, it may come back to haunt you in your mind, not here, but in your mind, which will affect your decisions. I say stop, slow down, and use your techniques for 5 minutes to self soothe. Now, meditation is one that I say anybody can do anytime, 24 hours. I do a guided meditation class twice a month through Zoom. Nobody talks. It's me literally taking you into your inner space so that you can connect to your higher conscious. And while you're connecting, you can actually feel what spirit is trying to tell you. Not anybody else, not trying to compete with anybody, but what is spirit trying to tell you? Because if you do right, thanks, Muhammad, I appreciate it, then you'll be able to make decisions that affect other people. So, what I'm getting at is that if you choose to follow me and use some of the suggestions that I'm making, you will see improvements. Now, of course, it's a process. I've had clients for over 15, 16 years, and I see them either quarterly, weekly, monthly, depending on the circumstances of their situations. And here's what I've noticed all across the board. Everybody needs that person to go to calm down, to center, to focus, because it can be so overwhelming with all the information that's thrown at you and all the situations, and then to be expected to be something, to be expected to have all this information when maybe, just maybe, no one's giving you that information. Nobody's spent time with you to go over it to see if you understand the information, if that makes any sense. So, what I do as a spiritual life coach is I work with you as an individual to find out what's going on first in your astrology chart. So, that's involved in one on one, and help you start connecting with your strengths and your weaknesses. Now, the thing about astrology is just based on science. It has nothing to do with religion. It doesn't get caught up in our aspects of what's right or what's wrong or what somebody told us. You can look up at the sky right now and the stars are real. What I found is I feel like God gave us an extra little cheat sheet, but we got to know how to read it, right? We got to understand it. It's like an x ray. Consider your natal chart to be like your x ray when you came down here. The longitude and latitude of the place you decided to be born at the time you chose to be born is unique. It's a signature that no one else has but you. Even twins do not have the exact same chart, believe it or not, because they come out a couple of moments behind each other. So, with that said, the energy that's coming down from the heavens right now is asking us to do a little bit more self soothing. Now, the sun's in Aquarius, which I happen to personally love, and Pluto is in Aquarius. Now, Pluto being Aquarius doesn't happen that often. Now, I am putting together an astrology guided program that basically is a monthly program. It's a membership, and we have an intro price of $9.99. And after that, it'll be $19.99. It'll be recurring. I'll have the link up in the bio when I finish it later on today. And basically, it offers you an opportunity to slow down and look within to see how can I contribute and how can I maybe prevent some negativity from coming into your life. Because it's all about choice. It's all about choice. So in this program, because I have over 500 people in my database, I said I helped hundreds of people over the years, so I was telling the truth. Um, Basically, I use their charts as a sample of what I'm going to be pulling up. Now, I always say if you've never done anything else with me before, start with coming to meditation class. No matter where you are, even if you miss or cannot be live with us, I created a library so we could actually forward you the copy of the meditation class, and you can do that at your leisure. But the most important thing about meditating, especially with me, is it gives you an opportunity to deal with self. It gives you an opportunity to calm down and stop being so hard with all the negative programming and all the I want, I need, I da da da, and slow down. Okay? Slow down. You have 500 mega calories in your average meal. Yes, it's always hard. Look, it takes a lot to be patient and to keep your peace. Yeah, peace is priceless. And for those of us who've lost it or maybe have never had peace, you know how hard it is to get that back. And you don't want to end up making something worse than what it is. You know what I mean? You want things to kind of run smoothly. And I'm telling you, the key to all of it is in here. Okay? It's right in here. Because it takes so much strength. So much strength. And if you decide to start a family, start a business, dare to go out into community and do something different, you may not have that support. You may not have people that believe in you. I have personally found over the years that the people who criticize you the most are the people who you think love and will be there for you. And a lot of times it's because nobody's ever done it before. The simple truth is that if you haven't done it and they haven't seen it, they're throwing all kinds of shade and salt and everything into your program. And like I said earlier with my analogy about cooking, you have to know the rhythm so that you know how to put it together so things taste good, so things look good, so things become better for you. Love me some peace and love. It takes so much strength. Yes. But see, here's the beautiful part about spirit. He gave us this mouthpiece. Mm-hmm. And the power in your words, because you don't realize that you're always in co-creation with the universe. Oh yes. Even when you're saying something you don't really believe, saying something maybe a little hard, maybe even being a little mean, the universe hears all that. Now you can always forgive, but see, here's the thing: the universe doesn't put any limits on us. They don't. They actually offer us free will, because how do you know what you like until you go out and try some things? How do you know you want to be rich or well off until maybe you're dirt ass poor for a while and you decide that's not a good program? How do you know that you're in love with somebody or like with somebody without being close enough in a relationship to see if it meets all of your needs? How do you know these things? You don't. You have to have your experiences. And it's always better to have experiences with people who care for you and who you care for, and it's an exchange of energy that's balanced. I teach people how to keep that balance, how to keep that mental fortitude. I do it myself. The affirmations and the aromatherapies that I suggest, I use them every day. Now, in addition to my teachings, my one-on-ones, I have meditation classes. Like I said, we do those twice a month. We actually have a class coming up this Sunday, which I think will be the 9th of February at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, I'm on California time. Okay. But if you'd like to join us, I'll put a link in the bio here, in the description box, and you can register. And like I said, if you cannot make the class, that's fine. You can request a copy of the class, and that's for your permanent records. Also, we have the Manifestation Boot Camp, which is coming up, which I'm very, very proud of. That class shows you how to actually implement and use your affirmation and breaks down the details of what the affirmations can do. We got volume 3 coming up shortly, probably at the end of March. And that class is going to be concentrated. So you do have to be a little familiar with my work and what you're trying to do, because at this particular time in your life, you got to decide which way do you want to go. Now, Mars is in a retrograde. Mars is the planet of how we love, not falling in love. Venus is falling in love. Mars is how we love. And it's in retro. So it's giving us a chance to reevaluate our actions. So if you love somebody and you say you really do love them, then you need to reevaluate how you're treating them, because Mars is the actual action of how we love. Okay? So energy wise, we're in a very dichotomy of energies going on. And what I would like to do is to help you navigate through that, but you have to participate with me. So subscribe to this channel, definitely register for the classes, get involved in the candle work. Now, the candles, let me tell you, the candles came from my clients. Okay, over the years, as I was working with them, I realized I could smell and taste different things that they were going through. So what I decided was to go ahead and to create a candle line. Now it's my own personal blends, but the colors and the fragrances go together, and it's a part of the program of your healing. Now they're not just everyday candles. Each candle has a special affirmation that I have developed over the years with many of my clients, and they use them on a regular basis. So, in addition to the affirmations, which you need to learn how to use, the candle actually has an affirmation on it, which is a part of the program. The meditation class in a group setting or individual, up to you. The one on ones, and then we go into the different programs, the Manifestation Bootcamp, like I said before, and now we're getting ready to introduce the monthly, and this will be the first time I've ever done this, the monthly astrology guidance program. Now that program is my baby. And yeah, growth depends, wealth, so many blessings, health needs to move forward. Yeah, all those things add up to being a healthy, successful person. But with the astrology program, what I realize is that when I'm working with my clients, I've always been able to look at their charts and see what's going on, right? It's like a cheat sheet, like a roadmap. So with this program, I'm going to take the 500 people in my database and I'm going to use that information that I can see coming from those different signs. And I'm going to use that to open you guys up to break down a little bit more of the weekly activities that are going to be going on. Now, this will be a private YouTube channel. So once you subscribe, you will get access to that channel, and those videos are available to you on a monthly basis. And like I said, it's going to be an intro at $9.99 for anybody who wants to start. And after that, it'll be $19.99 a month. So that's pretty reasonable, less than $5, $6 a week. And you get to come in at your leisure once or twice a month. I will go live on that platform, and you guys can interact with me and ask me questions and give me some feedbacks and on and stuff like that. So that is in the works, and that is actually happening, and I'm very excited about that because I could feel the world. I could feel the pressure. I could feel all that energy coming towards you, and you just sometimes feel overwhelmed. Sometimes you feel like you can't move forward. You don't know which way to go, and that's okay. That's why I'm here. That's why the universe has you listening to this either now live or on the rebroadcast whenever you see this. So that's the beautiful part about the internet. You can put something up once, and whenever your soul needs to find it, it's there. Now, it's my honor to work all this good stuff out. And I am so thrilled that God gave me the determination and the patience. The patience, you guys, because patience is a virtue, to just cease with dumb shit, within, and do the parts of the work that I need to do on self to grow, because nobody's going to hinder or disturb you if you don't allow it. If you don't allow it. Mm-hmm. But that's where the trick comes in. All right. So right now we're in Aquarius. Aquarius is about humanitarian work, about being humane. It's about looking out for your fellow man. It can also be a little erratic, a little unstable. And what I'm seeing now with the mental game that you have to play down here. Now, if you are listening to the news and you are checking everything out on the internet, always look for valid sources just to protect your soul. Make sure whoever you're speaking to, you guys have some universal dialogues. Don't make yourself take something in that's not happening to you at that very, very moment or second. Take a step back. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then ask God for guidance. Have you ever did that? Have you ever just stopped and asked Spirit to give you guidance? I tell you, when I first got into this lifestyle, I was living in Hollywood and I had a roommate. Now, for me, this power came into overwhelmingly front and center when my grandmother passed away. I was 21 years old. And I was about to turn 22, 1 week before my 22nd birthday. And I knew the exact moment she died. I felt it through my whole body. It's a pain, even having a child, it exceeded that. Okay. And I remember the phone's gonna ring. I started hearing voices in my head and things telling me stuff. And I was just like, no, 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 because of course I didn't want her to die. So I was in denial. The phone rang. And of course, it was my mother telling me that, her mother, my grandmother, had passed away. I fainted. I've never fainted in my life, haven't fainted since, but I fainted. Literally, I fainted when they said this news. Now, while I was in that sleep stage, she came to me. I saw her as clear as I could see anyone. And she told me to live my life, and that when it was time for me to come to heaven, she would come and get me. And then she just kind of faded into the clouds. I never forgot that. So that's when I went on a spiritual quest. I was always in the church. I went to Sunday school as a child. I was reared Baptist, Southern Baptist. So, we had the music, the whole nine. But when I got to California, which is where I was when she passed away, I realized that I needed to have different perspectives about religion. To be honest with you, I want to find out, why did she pass away when there's so many people in this world that I feel like should be dead. I'm gonna be honest. That's how I felt. You know. So I went to the Catholicism. I went to the Jewisism. I went to the Bodhi. I went all over the place. Even the Hare Krishners, asking questions, doing sit-in, and everybody wanted to recruit me. Everybody thought I was gonna switch to convert to their religion, but honestly, I was trying to understand the core of their religion. And what I found at the core for all of them was peace, love, happiness, and success. Not one core religion preaches hate and destruction and hurting another person. Not at its core. Now, people can take interpretations and do what they want with them. So then I'm on this journey. I already understand astrology. I studied that my whole life. I thought my brother was trying to kill me. So I understood his chart, and I understood how we talked, and then I understood my family. So I kept exploring. Then I found this book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Hey, Miss D. Hey, thanks for joining. This book was a game changer. It was written in 1920 by a lady named Florence Scovel Shinn. It's not a big book. It's maybe 96 pages, maybe 76 pages. It's not a big book. But the metaphysical information in that book changed my mindset. And I realized why sometimes when I was in that zone that I'm firming for what I want and things happened. And then I realized when I was in the zone and I wasn't trying to affirm, I was just kind of floundering, I saw the difference. And I started exercising that muscle and it got stronger. Next thing I know, I'm working full time at a bookstore in Burbank doing readings. Now, that wasn't my plan. But according to divine design, when you ask for spirit's intervention, they're going to take you to where you need to be. So I followed. It started a whole nother level for me. Something that if someone would have told me that I'd be doing this at this time in my life, I would not have believed them. Anywho, as my clientele continued to grow, that's when I realized they needed more. And that's why I developed the candles, because they give another level of comfort when I'm not there. And we also developed candle melts. So sometimes when because the candles, it's interesting with the candles. For those of you who've tried them, they respond to you. So the colors have meaning, the fragrance have meaning. And if you take that meaning, I've seen people absorb a candle that should be burnt for 24 hours in less than 6. Like the cylinder was clean and empty. She sucked every bit of energy out of it. Now, I do use soy-based therapeutic-grade material, and they're all made by me. I QC every single candle, every single melt. We even have potpourri now with the money pot that actually creates a consciousness of wealth. The whole process, the whole premise is for you to believe so that you can receive. what you're asking from the universe, because they do send it to you guys. So, anywho, as I grew, I realized that I couldn't stay where I was at the bookstore anymore. And that's when I started Candles by Ari. And that was in 1999. And we've been going strong ever since. So, my journey as a spiritual coach came from life. It came from being, a reverend in the Universal Church of Christ. It's something I did for myself over 20 years ago, and I'm honored to say that I've married people and uh, uh, did christenings and that sort of thing. But more importantly, I see people's light grow. I see people's faith in themselves grow. And I can't tell you how priceless that is. That is priceless. To see someone have no faith in themselves or have been downtrodden for so long that they don't think they can get up. And then with a affirmation, a candle, a coming to a meditation class, they grow stronger and stronger. And that's what I want to do with you guys. I want you to learn how to use these techniques to help self-soothe, to help maintain your balance. Because that's the name of the game around here. Balance, prosperity, health, wealth, love, and perfect self expression. Those are the four pillars of life. You have those four pillars going, your life is good. Your life is good. So, I'm going to recommend, if you have not, check out The Game of Life and How to Play It. They do have an audio version here on the net. We do include that in the Manifestation Bootcamp. Please check out my websites, candlesbyari.com. That's where you can register for the meditation class, and spiritualcoacharimac.com. And that's where the Manifestation Bootcamp program is. Now, we're going to be offering volume 1 and 2 of the bootcamp at a discounted rate very soon because it's going into Pisces time, and I am a sun sign Pisces. So I always like to make sure we are passing the information along and giving credence to you, the end user, because you have to invest in you. It's like going to the store. You don't pick every single thing off the shelves, right? You go in specifically looking for an herb or a particular protein or a particular vegetable, correct? You don't go in just throwing everything in your basket. Well, it's the same thing with your affirmations. You have to get very clear, very specific. Okay? The aromatherapy from the candles kickstarts the affirmation. They work hand in hand. And once you start believing something, wow, you'd be surprised at the miracles that the universe. I mean, I've had money come out of thin air. I've had people bring me brand new items. I've had stories of people regenerating themselves when they didn't think they could. I've had clients whose doctors have told them certain things would never happen, and it happened. So the power of our minds and our spoken word is way beyond our capacity of understanding. But that's why I'm a spiritual life coach, so that you can realize how powerful you are and you can manifest what you want in your life. But you got to get this clear and you got to get this open. So we're going to do this together. Okay. You are not alone. It is my honor and privilege to guide you through this program. And if you know someone who's going through a difficult time, maybe share this video. Maybe send them some information. Maybe let them know that they're not alone either. What does the story says? If we give a man a dollar or a quarter, if everybody did, he'd be a wealthy person. There's a lot of people in this world, and we all need to be connected. We saw during the pandemic how disconnection hurt us. Depression ran high, very, very high. And we had no idea how dependent we were on being able to say, no, I don't want to go to the mall. And no, I don't want to go to a party, because we didn't have parties and the malls were empty. So let's use this time to grow and prosper. Now, Mars being in retro, and it's going to be going on for a minute here, use this time to evaluate your choices. What are you doing for self? How are you taking care of your mind, body, and overall spirit? Do you know? And more importantly, are you happy? Do you know what happiness is? Do you know how to be in a place of gratitude? Gratitude. Thankful to be here. Thankful that Spirit gave you another day to live. You got up and nothing is wrong with you. Everything is working properly. You don't have a machine to help you breathe. You don't have to use a cane to go for a walk. What a treat. What a blessing. You take that for granted? Or you consider that to be serious? And love. Let me tell you something. When you start loving yourself and you start putting yourself first, I mean, like really putting you first and not putting everybody else, what is it called? Put the oxygen mask on you first before you put it on the kid. I think that's what they tell you to do at the planes. If the plane goes down, please make sure you're taking care of you before you start trying to take care of the other person. That's what we do with spiritual coach Ari Mac. We learn to put the mask on ourselves first so that we can breathe, so that we can receive, and that we can open up to the good that the universe has. So I'm going to ask you, and you can leave your comments here. What do you want to manifest for 2025? And it doesn't have to be a big goal. It could be just simply feeling better about yourself, improving your health, maybe bringing in some cool people, dating a little bit more. And how about just being happy? What a concept. So, the affirmations are available at candlesbyari.com. I actually have a free affirmation little cheat sheet that I'm giving you. If you want to take a look at that, that download is free. The candles come in custom orders. If you have a particular color and a particular combination you want, you can choose that from the menu. The classes are ongoing. And like I said, with the Manifestation Bootcamp, we already have volume 1 and 2 up. They're going to be going on sale. So definitely check that out. And this guided astrology program, I can't even tell you guys how much fun this is going to be. This is going to be fun because one of the things I love is interacting with you guys and hearing what you have to say. So if you have some questions, you need some feedback, you want some insight, subscribe, follow, join, register for class. Register for class. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to have the best. And you don't need to hide your true joy. Look, if you're in a situation where you cannot be happy, then that tells you maybe you should not be in that situation. Okay? And I know it's hard when you're in it to hear it, but it's imperative for your long-term health and mental well-beings to make this happen. So with this Mars configuration, because right now my computer is not doing what I want it to do. So that means it's having its own moment, like it always does. Everybody has their moments. So I'm going to go by what I remember. Mars, I think, is in Cancer. I'm going to say it's in Cancer. Yeah, Mars is in Cancer. Hold on. I think I actually have it. Wait. Did I put it on this? No, I didn't. Of course not. Mars is definitely in Cancer. So it's kind of not helping with the Aquarius energy because Aquarius and Cancer kind of square off, but it is making you look more deeply at your contributions. Now, if you are in a romantic situation, do more listening than talking right now. And when you do talk, say something poignant, say something relevant, say something that you mean because you do have an audience. Because the other thing I saw is romance is going to be high this year. Everybody going to want to be getting together and connecting with one another, and that's what we should do. Just make sure you're in a healthy, balanced relationship. And healthy just means you and the person have an understanding and it feels good. You have a spiritual connection which feels good. And more importantly, you feel safe emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. You don't feel like this person's going to pull the rug from underneath you. Yeah? Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in with me today. I so appreciate it. We are going to be coming, I'm going to be tuning in at least once a week and doing a lot of shorts and little itty bitty stuff to make sure we stay engaged. But for those that join the new program, which is not out yet, it's getting ready to come out, I'll have the link up. You guys will be in the first group that will get a chance to really break it down because we're going to need everybody on deck this round. I don't know if you noticed, but the world's getting smaller. We're connecting more and more and more. So it's less of them, us. We're all in this together. And for you to be healthy and happy, because my grandmother told me one of the sweetest revenge is to live well, eat well, age well, be happy within your soul, be around to see your children grow and see their children grow. And if you're so fortunate, their children. Because family means everything. Even for those who don't think it's a big deal, it is. So, one last little thing. This is not a game that I'm playing. I don't need to try to drive you crazy. If anything I say offends you and it's not your style, just don't use it. Don't listen to me and, discard it. But if it is something that's connecting with you and resonating with you, that's spirit speaking through me to you. So take that note. Enjoy the quality of your life and be happy. Slow down. Slow down. Okay? All right, guys. I'm going to take off now because I still got a couple of things I got to do. I got some orders to fill, but I want to say thank you for taking time out to listen. Look for my posters that are coming up that's got the couple of suggestions on how to make your meditation successful, how to stop sabotaging yourself, that kind of thing. And be happy inside. Stay blessed. Bye. Oh, I love you guys too. Bye.